What I resist persists. So what have I been resisting for the longest time? It's, in a nutshell, all-encompassing putting myself out there. It's as simple as I can put it. Just putting myself out there. So that involves my tendency to stay in the planning phase, the strategizing phase, the conceptual, the theoretical, the creative. I am perpetually stuck, and I'm very good at those initial stages because I've resisted so heavily in actually developing my skills and my finesse and my abilities to launch myself, to actually put myself out there. It's the unknown to me. It's the scary to me. It's where judgment is and official status and putting myself out there to be scrutinized. And so I am very careful to not throw myself out there without enough precaution, without enough planning, without enough foresight and thought, because I want to do a good job. I care a lot about everything that I do. I want to do it to the best of my ability, which are all good and well, but if it ultimately means I don't get anything really done, then what's the point? Honestly, what's the frickin' point? I big myself up in my mind about potential because I can foresee in my mind lots of potential, but potential doesn't mean anything unless proven. And I'm not proving because I'm scared of putting myself out there. So, with this statement that's been prevalent in my life for the longest time, it's an admission to now say, fine, these are what you are scared of, these different elements. So in which areas of my life, my professional life, because I want to focus first and foremost on my professional life, my working life. I want to become more successful and I want to become richer. I want to have my income change dramatically. I want to have my lifestyle upgraded. I want to have freedoms of what I do and how I spend my time. I want to constantly create value and content and useful things out in the world, impact people's lives in a positive, like transformative manner. I want to do all of that, but I'm just holding myself back, constantly holding myself back. So, get to the point, Mark. What do I fear? I fear putting myself out there. What am I going to do about it? Okay, here is where it starts. I need to start identifying which are the key areas of my professional abilities that I've been holding myself back on. Okay, 1. Multimedia. With my photography and videography, I've been holding myself back tremendously because I don't seek clients. I don't even promote myself. I don't do any digital marketing, well, hardly any. I'm doing basically nothing to put myself out there. I'm hardly even applying for jobs. Okay? Because it all fits into this whole reluctancy, like a heavy, heavy reluctancy, avoidance, resistance, procrastination, whatever manifests itself as avoiding putting myself out there, which is just a big fear. And I create these awful inhibitions within me that drag me down, that make me feel shit. And so I then distract myself and I stay in my comfort zone. And that's how I get along. I resist. So it persists. So one area is multimedia. I can definitely focus on that more. Identify the clients that I want to reach for immediately. The ones that I can have more consistent high ticket sales with. And that includes wedding and corporate events. And next up would be dance, because that's where I'm connected, but I don't foresee much like high ticket clients. Although if I was to provide a low quality, not low quality, but low budget services using latest tech and tools and techniques and stuff, that is easy for me to do and quick for me to produce at scale, often remotely, out and about, very quick. That's possible to be attractive to numerous people. And so it will be low ticket, but potentially broad. But, just all of that scares the shit out of me. Okay, number 2 area is dance. So I consider myself quite a good dancer, but where my true value lies are in 2 different areas within dance. One is my ability to understand concepts, create and deconstruct new concepts and old concepts, and break them down and communicate them in a way that it can be an effective form of communication and processing. So actually making students better dancers in a comprehensive way. Not just the kind of classes that we've been used to. I see a whole profession based on quality education when it comes to dance. And it starts with fundamentals. And I've been breaking them down, and I've been writing down some concepts and thoughts. But ultimately, it always gets to the point where I'm overwhelmed because it's starting to get too real. It's starting to get to the point where I need to start getting this stuff out there and sharing these concepts and practicing what I preach and showing people how they can learn and follow along with me, whether it's through digital media content or it's through actually opening a school or volunteering my services as a teacher to do some initial workshops for some pre-existing schools. All of that, again, starts to scare the crap out of me. So I just put a pin in it and I move on to something else. But I can't keep jumping around to different key areas of my life that I know I can deliver huge value and quality just because I'm scared. I'm so scared of putting myself out there. It's ridiculous, and it's getting to the point where I'm just getting so frustrated with myself, and I can't deny this. I can't deny this pattern existing. I need to put it out there like I am now in this voice note, this admission that I'm scared of putting myself out there in all areas. So that's number 2, dance. Do I have a number 3 right now? Not really. An old passion of mine was skating, and I thought I could teach people how to skate, but that's not. I'm not in it now. So that would have been the case before dance. So now it's multimedia and dance. And they scare me. But I am passionate and obsessive about both of these areas. I know I can provide huge value to a huge audience. Oh, so number 3 would be it's pretty comprehensive, but it's all of these thoughts and concepts that I'm starting to manifest and conjure. And it involves my newest project ideas, which are Higher Talk podcast, resource channel, close form dancing, and the latest one being Sidekick, which is a shoulder friend kind of vlogging. So what, is that 4? I mean, they could keep growing, but all of these involve me passionately exploring concepts, ideas, philosophies, potential truths. It's documenting a journey of me discovering myself, and in the process, I am structuring the information and the thoughts, the ideas, into different ways of communicating to different audiences. And then it gets to the scary point of, well, how do I get that content out to different audiences? Well, and monetize it. It comes down to starting a business, creating a brand, opening up new channels on various platforms, thinking about long form content versus short form content. So all of that for each project is a big venture in its own right. All of the 4 or 5, however many they were, these projects. So this is number 3, the area number 3, which is very personal to me. And it's where I'm probably, no, I was going to say the most vulnerable, but I think I'm equally vulnerable and scared of putting myself out there, because it's all in the same, really. The fact is, I'm scared of putting myself out there. It doesn't matter in what fashion, whether it's teaching dance workshops or promoting myself to find more multimedia clients, or vlogging the crap out of my time and hopefully efficiently getting content out there without spending too much time being sucked into post-production and editing and publishing and finding tags and thumbnails and video titles, and then funneling people into Patreon and YouTube, and then putting bite-sized content out onto all the socials. Like, that is a gigantic headache. I can see how the strategies and processes can start to formulate in any one of those project ideas, as well as relating to my first 2 main fears, subject areas, multimedia and dance. But all of it is just very overwhelming. And so even with this admission that I need to focus on one, I can't bloody choose, because they're all important to me. They're all my kids. Like, these projects, these passions, these obsessions, they're all a big part of me. And I've struggled to A, launch, and B, choose. I'm only one person. I can't do everything. I don't even know how to become efficient, because I'm not doing step A, which is launching. So this is where I'm at. And it's a full admission of where I'm at. So, where do I go from here? It's cool that I'm making voice notes, but these are really racking up. And just like with capturing loads of multimedia footage, it's such a pain in the ass to go into post-production, pick through everything that I've documented and, chop it up and polish it and present it as content to share it out to the world. That's such an endeavor in itself. Hopefully I can use AI and in my workflows and the latest tech and like shooting for the end result to make the whole process as efficient and easy as possible. But yeah, there's so much to think about. I really just need to focus on one and do. And the other two, I can continue to think about and jot down notes and strategize and stuff. But at least one of those main fears, I must put myself out there and start making that a full-time focus. Full-time. And the other passions, they will still be there, but they need to be secondary. So I need now to choose a primary fear to smash and to launch and to get good at, to get feedback, to get momentum. I have no doubts in my abilities and my potential, but I need to start bloody doing it.